This is what's up, man? What it do? It's your boy Hot Boy Turkin. Y'all see we a little bit earlier than we normally be. Big Thuggin podcast. Um, Today calls for a early show. Later on, I'm gonna be talking to one of my homeboys from back in the days. So I felt like I ain't want to just have that situation, interfering with what I wanted to talk about. So wanted to come on a little bit early and talk about this whole White Lives Matter shirt that Kanye had on. My opinion on what I think and what I thought. Me as a black man, I'm all for my people. And I understand what have taken place with my people. I no way condone no racism, no discrimination. Not just on the white side, but also on the black side. And I think when you become aware of different things as you grow older, your mindset shifts from being bitter, holding anger inside of past resentments of what happened to our ancestors. Nothing our ancestors went through, we go through today, because I don't think we could have handled it. Yeah, we all go through a little discrimination. We get treated unfairly. And we live in a unfair world. I completely agree with that. That's what I believe the perception of Kanye West shirt was misunderstood at. Kanye got an interview that he did. Every time Ye do something, I always say he trying to send a message. And unlike the masses of people getting the message misunderstood and making assumptions because I don't understand, I sit back and I wait and analyze the whole reason of why he's doing such an antic. And it never fails. It always be a message. When you doing things in the spirit, it don't seem like the right way to do it. It don't seem like the perfect way to do it in this perfect world. And if you're not aware, you will get things misconstrued. Now, why get mad about something that's very obvious? White lives matter. If you analyze those three words, where did he tell a lie at? Don't we say that every day? Man, black lives don't matter, man. White people lives matter more than us. Don't y'all say that every day? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we say that. I don't say it because it's the obvious. I don't have to say it. I live it. But I also learn that there's bad people and there's good people. And I protect my energy. So for people to be going at another black man the way they going at him, but you say it's Black Lives Matter, I guess Kanye life don't matter. How all y'all going at and pointing the finger at him, but when you pointing the finger, 3 pointing back at you, because you don't understand the message that's coming behind the antic. Now, I'm going to play a videotape, because I wasn't the one to jump to a conclusion and make an assumption, because I always know he always have a reason or why. So after y'all hear this, I want to see if y'all gonna have the same misconception of Kanye, and we gonna talk about it. So we gonna not get in our feelings, we gonna get in our facts. Kanye wore a shirt, White Lives Matter. It's obvious. White lives matter more than black people in this world that we live in. That's what it seemed like. Why get mad at Kanye from saying what we already know? You that sensitive? So let's play the tape. Kanye had a interview, and this explains it all.
Kanye West is on Ainsley. He has Kanye. It's going to be big. Always remember one thing. I'm Waters, and this is my world.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Kanye West, now known as Ye, is one of the best-selling musical artists in the world. He's also in recent years become a celebrated and very highly paid fashion designer. And of course, for a decade, he was well known to TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But as West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist that brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week in Paris, West, accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply, "White Lives Matter." The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform. Shock, horror, rage. There is no excuse for this, thundered the New York Times. West is legitimizing extremism, shrieked Rolling Stone, etc., etc. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why West did this. What was the T-shirt about? No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say. Instead, the enemies of his ideas dismissed West, as they have for years, as mentally ill. Too crazy to take seriously. Look away, ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy? You can judge for yourself as you watch what we're about to show you. He has his own ideas, we can say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His free-form social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people, and that battle is intense. But crazy? That was not our conclusion. In fact, we've rarely heard a man speak so honestly and so movingly about what he believes. But again, you can judge for yourself.
Is it still echoing?
So you just came from Paris Fashion Week, you just landed, and your Millennium's still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And then you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life and pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen, I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him. And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends slash handlers around me, told me like if I said that I liked Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. You know, God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, you know, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, you know, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, you thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week. Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple spin, she was in so much practice that when it was time for her to skate in a competitive format, it just happened. Like it happened outside of practice. It happened in the real format, and that's what's happening. Is God is like preparing us for the real battles, and we are in a battle with the media. Like the majority of the media has a godless agenda, and the jokes in that work and this whole like, oh yeah, he's crazy and all these things, they don't work because the media has, you know, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening, and they stay quiet about it.
What have they?
I want to answer the white. Yeah. I feel like someone caught what I was saying, the comparison to Tanya Harding about the White Lives Matter. You know, my dad is an educated ex-Black Panther, and he put a text to me that said White Lives Matter, ha 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 ha. And I said, I thought the shirt was a funny shirt. I thought the idea of me wearing it was funny. And I said, Dad, what do you think was funny? He said, just a Black man stating the obvious. And, you know, my dad doesn't listen to rap music, and he's like super educated. We opened up a water distribution center in the Dominican Republic together. He's like the original Steve Jobs, but he was getting blocked every which way with all of his ideas, and he didn't have an endless bank account, and he didn't have an Instagram. So all these ideas, he had to like take them back and compress them. Like my dad is the most brilliant person that I know, and we actually have a strained relationship because I was taken from him, because my mom was an actress, so she was a liberal, and my dad would see certain things and say, you know, we should do it this way, we should do it that way, and the people got around my mom and pulled her away, much like, you know, Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 Black children. and this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. So I know you give these questions, and I give you like these 3-part answers. Is this a cool format for you?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, cool.
And I am following it.
All right.
So you said that your father said when he saw the shirt, White Lives Matter, it's great to see a black man stating the obvious. So by which I think you meant that's obviously true.
Yeah, that's my favorite response, because I kept on thinking, like, you know, people, they're looking for an explanation, and people say, well, as an artist, you don't have to give an explanation, but as a leader, you do.
Yes, I think that's right.
So the answer to why I wrote White Lives Matter on a shirt is because they do. It's the obvious thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that's so, and I assume the implication is, of course, all lives matter because they're lives, because God created them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that that would be considered controversial?
Because the same people that have stripped us of our identity and labeled us as a color have told us what it means to be black and the vernacular that we're supposed to have. My dad grew up as a military brat, and his family moved around, but they were based mostly in Delaware. And at the time, if they weren't the only black family, they were one of the few. And he would be discriminated against because he was black. So by the time he got into college, he would be discriminated against. He went to a black college, he would be discriminated against because they said he talked too white.
Yes.
And then he played the kick drum in the band. So when he would go to the club and the music was playing, where would he clap his hands? Where the kick drum is.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of where everyone else was clapping their hands. And this is the most elegant and tasteful person that I know. And when my mom, when the school suggested, like, the herding systems, because what they do is take the black community and they separate us, and they separate the families, and the educated, they push this, need for higher education, and us as blacks, we discriminate against each other and say, well, I got my PhD and you don't have your PhD, so I'm better than you. And so my mom, she had a PhD, and she was influenced to move to the south side of Chicago and take this job at Chicago State University. And she told my dad, if you come for us, you'll never see him again. Because, the media ridiculed me for getting the house next door to Kim to see my children. And they even said that I was stalking her and her new boyfriend because I bought the house next door to see my children. And that's how I knew that my mom had said that to him. I said, Dad, they moved us to one of the most agreed upon to be one of the most dangerous places in the world. It's almost like they tried to kill me or something. I said, Dad, why'd you never come to get us? And that's when he told me that she was told that. There's so many things that are put in Kim's head. They bring influencers, like, no one ever knew where Corey Gamble came from. No one in the fashion world knows where Gabby came from. These people were practically made in a laboratory, in my opinion. And one of the things that they're really good at doing is being nice and being likable. And what they do is, for people that have some form of influence, whether it's an educated black woman like my mother that became the head of the English department at Chicago State University, or whether it's the most influential white woman on the planet, being my ex-wife, they have people that are around them at all times telling them what to be afraid of. It's like not what to do or say specifically, it's what to be afraid of. And if you have a person that isn't afraid of them, like a Russell Brand or Candace Owens,
right.
or, it's not that we have to agree
with
this, but
They're not afraid.
They're not afraid to state what their opinion is.
Yes.
No one is.
What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? All right, there we go. We should be straight. I ain't on mute no more. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, this stuff is new to me, y'all. Y'all already know it's new, so I'm just trying to figure it out now. But y'all should be able to hear me. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because it's showing green on the thing. Okay. All right. So, see, I'm getting the control buttons. I'm figuring it out. So when somebody else is talking, I got to turn my mic off. I got to figure out how to get the sounds and stuff in there. But what I'm saying, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and it's on you if you agree or not. You know, you don't have to agree with what I say. You don't have to agree with he say. You know what I'm saying? I done seen a bunch of celebrities do some things that's considered Uncle Tom. And it wasn't no backlash. But when you doing what's right and you coming with a message, why this interview right here not going viral? Everything else went viral and people made people look crazy to the point where you don't even want to listen to what's right. Why this not going viral? I'm just saying. We got to stop letting social media think for us, because that's what's going on. You have somebody pulling the keys and sending out, what they want us to know. Let's get back into it though.
This is God, and everyone has an opinion.
So a conversation like this is a window into a world that you don't see. So if you're familiar with West from the media, you think of him as an individual man. What you don't think about is that he is at the center of a battle, and people like him are at the center of a battle to get a message out. Mouthed by the lips of influencers like him and so many others, that extends a storyline on behalf of, well, in this case, the status quo. So there are a lot of people vying to make certain that people like him say the right things, and the consequences for not doing that are very severe. So for him to come out and say all lives matter, obviously, is a huge threat to a lot of people. Who are those people exactly? Well, we asked him, and he told us. That's next.
As a man, we're designed to do hard things.
He's speaking his mind, man.
Testosterone levels are declining 10% per decade.
Is you listening?
Chemical and pharmaceutical companies are poisoning us, but you're not allowed to notice this is happening.
You know,
This is
I don't
a
think
chemical warfare on our country.
people are even
You have to have strong
interested
opinion.
in
If you don't, it's not going to go well.
the truth.
What's wrong with our
You only
food is
interested
that
in the
not
lies, so you
reliant on
criticize.
industrial processes.
All
Many of
those
these
people who
compounds,
spoke
there's
out about
clear
a
evidence
shirt
that some of these chemicals cause problems
need to
with
be watching this
reproduction.
fucking interview.
Picking something hard to do every day will increase your testosterone.
They should be watching this
We
interview.
need a renaissance.
Getting into a healthy
And I
state,
bet you
being a
if they
healthy
watch the
person,
interview,
That's
they
when you
wouldn't
really
even
start
want
to
to
see
listen to it.
No one in
They'll
Washington seems to
deflect.
be interested at all. It's a joke to them.
If men can't reproduce, then
They'll
the world's
deflect.
over.
So they not going to hear what's being said.
Introducing Strikeman, a laser dry-fire training system that allows you to
They not
practice
gonna
your
hear what's
shooting
being
skills
said.
at
Can
home
y'all hear
without
me
wasting
now?
a dime on ammo. Using our laser cartridge, target, phone mount, and award-winning phone app, become a proficient shooter in under 2 weeks. Create training templates and get live feedback with progress tracking on your.
All right, there we go. We should be straight. We should be straight. It's a lot of buttons, dog. I gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pop, 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 pop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know this new to me. So, Turk, you got money now. Hire me so I can handle the audio issues. Hey, I like to learn stuff on my own, bro. So, I don't mind hiring people to do stuff. But I like to learn a little about a lot. So, just in case I don't have them to do it, I'ma do it. You know what I'm saying? So if they trying to overcharge me or something, I know. Knowledge is everything. You feel me? Knowledge is everything, bro. So, you know, but everybody who criticized that shirt should be watching this interview. Everybody should be watching it. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna watch it because they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. But if you a person that want to know things, man, and not make assumptions, put your foot in your mouth, just sit back and listen. Sit back and listen, man. I promise you, you going to learn a whole lot being quiet, dog. You're going to learn a whole lot being quiet. You see how I'm trying to learn how to work this mixing board and all that? I don't even know how to do it. But I ain't making no excuse not to do it. I'ma figure it out. After trial and error, man, y'all gonna be like, damn, that boy got a whole team doing it. Nah, it's me doing it. I just went and bought this stuff, dog, because I knew it was gonna come a time where I have to start talking. You know what I'm saying? And Drink Champs went viral. I had to start my own podcast because I knew they was going to be throwing all kind of clickbait out there. You know what I'm saying? That I was going to have to be cleaning up, you know. But, man, I'm telling you, bro, the mark of the beast is here, and it's technology. So you have to learn to be controlled, not by the media, but have some type of self-control. I got money now. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah, man. This a good interview. So this part 1. They got 2 parts. I think part 2 come on tonight. I'ma have part 2 for y'all. But this is part 1. Is anybody getting a different perception of what they had so far? Just, you know, let me know in the comments. I just need to know if anybody lost the, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's saying. Is you listening to, you done made your mind up already. For real. I know one thing. It's a long commercial. They getting that money on YouTube. Play them commercials. Like it's a TV show. Man, they got commercials on YouTube like it's a TV show, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Social media is the new TV. They making so much money off this interview. All right, here we go. We back.
If a person goes on social media and expresses unapproved thoughts, it's a problem for the people in charge. And if you keep doing it, they will silence you, and that has happened to countless people. We've interviewed a lot of them on this show. But if you were to have, say, 18 million followers on Instagram and express unapproved thoughts, that wouldn't just be a problem for the people in charge. It would be a flat-out emergency. You are not reading the script, and you might lead others astray. You're an apostate. You are dangerous. You're a witch. And that's effectively where the artist formerly known as Kanye West, now called Ye West, finds himself tonight. He will not be controlled. In fact, in one of the most poignant moments in our exchange, which we'll show you in a moment, He was shocked to discover that after becoming one of the most successful and richest people in the country, he still wasn't free to say what he thought. And that changed his life, that realization. More of our conversation with West now.
There's a group mob. It's like liberal Nazis that will go up and attack you. Like I said, you know, everyone's like, Anna Wintour's your friend. I'm like, this Gabby girl and Gigi and these people, they would have never said anything negative unless they got the okay from Condé Nast, unless they got the okay from Anna. They would have never got the okay to comment. Like, let's just talk about specifically.
So these are people who are attacking you for your T-shirt.
Well, it was a setup. It started off as, them having this black girl comment and say, well, I felt traumatized when I saw this T-shirt. It's like this, a black girl saying, I felt traumatized when I saw a black man wearing something that he wasn't allowed to wear. It's like in Django when Jamie Foxx is on top of a horse and Samuel Jackson's like, you know, that black guy's not supposed to be on top of the horse. Okay, and then I went and said, hey, I don't like your boots. I know Anna Wintour doesn't like your boots and you're not a fashion person. And then people started to say I was a bully, but it was a setup. And they finally got it, right? Because I eliminated the BLM officer at Adidas. And then I got out of the Gap deal. And just one by one, I've been winning these battles, right? And they thought they had me. They had the idea that Ye was bullying, what I think the liberal term is a body goals black woman. Now let's talk about Gabby and my good friend Lizzo. Lizzo works with my trainer, a friend of mine, Harley Pasternak. When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for people like, it's like telemarketer callers, like on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy. Yes. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and Vogue, which it's not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's actually clinically unhealthy. And for people to promote that, it's demonic. You know.
What, can I ask? Yeah. I've noticed this also.
Yeah.
Why do you think they would want to promote unhealthiness among the population?
It's a genocide of the black race. They want to kill us in any way they can. Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger, a known eugenics with the KKK, and I believe
why nobody not speaking out when he talking like this? He's still a sellout. Nobody listening to this interview, y'all. Peep the media out. And peep how they use the influencers in the media. I'm not going to say no names. Y'all know who they is. Y'all know who they are. Just because they got money don't mean they telling the truth, man. Some people be looking for fame and clout more than a regular person.
That if we saw ourselves as a people and not a race, then we would treat our people better. Like if you go to a Jewish person and you say a race, it almost gets confusing. They'll cut you off quickly and say, we're not a race, we're a people. Well, our people are supposed to just say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, well, what about, do you own the land that you're living in? Is the contract even in a language that's even possibly understandable,
Right.
for your heritage, and in America, we as blacks will down each other on how good we speak, but we're speaking English. There's nothing whiter than English. We're not in our native tongue, actually. So we judge each other on white goal lines, not based on exactly what our culture is based on.
So you can agree or you can disagree, but it's pretty clear that what you just heard is not the approved script. And famous people must read from the approved script or else the whole system falls apart, because then people might be encouraged to think for themselves. And once you do that, it's a chain reaction that winds up with disobedience. So someone like Kanye, now Ye West, must be controlled. So he was a little surprised to learn after his divorce that his former wife had, in fact, a close and secretive relation with the Clintons, and that they were working on her to influence him to read from the script. Pretty amazing. He was shocked by it, and so were we. That's next.
Read from the script. Y'all saw him telling y'all the truth. Y'all assumed that he was saying, fuck black people. But all the while, he sparked the conversation and got all y'all attention. But are you really paying attention to the message? Or is you paying attention to some fabric that don't mean a fucking thing? I'm just curious to know, are you the one who was saying he a sellout? What are you saying when you look and watch this interview? What are you saying? Or do you even know this interview exists? It just came out last night. Is the media covering it? No. Do y'all find that strange? Not covering a Kanye West topic such as something like this? Something that is so serious as what he's saying right now? Where all those celebrities who was trying to clout chase and get famous off of Kanye? They even got fake Twitter posts saying they from Kanye, post and delete. I follow Kanye. He ain't post on his Twitter page. The last post was, I think, in 2020. They could make up fake tweets, man. But y'all think he crazy because of the antics that y'all assume he against you on or against you with. Kanye is for the people, not for black people, not for white people, for the people, us as one. And only a God-fearing person could be like that. I'm a God-fearing person, so I understand. It's bigger than black and white. But how many celebrities gonna come out and say, man, dang, I jumped the gun? Nah, y'all the ones are the puppets. Y'all the puppets. This man got a message. Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Or is you worrying about the fabrics? Because to be honest, it's the other way around that I see who the puppets. It's the other way around for me. A person that's woke. If y'all was so real, I'm one of the realest. I'm one of the realest, man. And the people seeing that now. But y'all want to make me seem like I'm crazy. Or I'm bitter. Or he mad. Or he a hater. until I got money now. Now they listening. It ain't even about the money. But y'all won't be real. Y'all wasn't real with Turk, man. But it's cool though. We ain't tripping on that. I'm just making a perm. That's all. You feel me? It's not the fabric, it's the message that you ain't getting. And maybe if y'all sit down and shut y'all mouth and stop assuming, and y'all sit down and read and educated yourself. Cause just cause you got money don't mean you ain't a dummy, man. There's a lot of dumb rich people. And they'll call a person that's woke, that's not filthy rich, a hater. Telling the truth, not hate. Telling lies is clout chasing. But this is just my opinion. I'm entitled to that, huh? I do have a freedom of speech. I'm exercising it.
Problem for the industrial deception complex came in 2015 and 2016 when Donald Trump appeared, and West had a very strong gut reaction to Trump that was very positive, and the people around him were panicked by this. The last thing you could have is one of the most popular pop culture figures in America coming out for Donald Trump. So they applied intense pressure to get him back on the script, and apparently his wife was part of that, his former wife, Kim Kardashian, who West now learns had a very close relationship with the Clintons and people around the Clintons. He had no idea. His relationship with Trump, on the other hand, flourished, and he got a window into the people around Trump. And in this clip, you'll hear him assess what happened inside the White House. Very interesting. Watch.
It was interesting. A friend of mine told me that Chris and Kim had called him because he had influence inside of the black community, and had called him to say, to get him to influence people to take the vaccination. Mm-hmm. And I don't have an opinion on that. I just want to state that as a flat statement. But it was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons. I didn't know, I didn't realize it at the time.
That you were married to her?
And well, I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away. I mean, not away, but stick the away part, but
Do you feel like at times you were manipulated by political forces through your wife?
Attempt manipulation. But yes, there was some manipulation. Me not saying I like Trump was a form of a manipulation.
For sure.
Yeah.
Why did you like him, by the way? You said you liked him early, like you saw him.
I mean, I keep telling this joke. If people say Trump was the first black president, I'm gonna be the first Latino president, because all the values, the conservative values just line up. Come on, man, Trump's the what do you mean? He has his own buildings. What are you talking about? He's like Ralph Lauren. Yeah, he made Ivanka.
You like Ivanka?
Yeah.
You wrote a post on Instagram about her husband today.
Yeah, I had a dinner with Ivanka, Jared, and Josh. And a couple days later, I found out that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims, which is a line that I had developed with Kim. And I had a lot of issues with the imagery of Skims. I felt like there's a lot of imagery that was overly sexualized and things that I wouldn't want to see my wife and definitely not my daughters doing in the future in order to sell product. But it reaches another level when it's like, okay, well, this is what my wife is doing, and this is what this is what she's doing for our children. But it reaches another level when her business partners are selling pieces of the company that they don't have to, because the company's already so successful and it's an internet-based company. So it's like they're really just selling off the company in order to create more relationships for themselves that are unneeded. It's like when I went to the Gap and with our release, they just like, they shoveled it out. I'm very cautious with my words. I'm really big on being able to have an adult conversation in front of the children. So I don't use explicit language in interviews especially. So I found out after this dinner that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims and I had 5% of Skims. And regardless if, Josh Kushner figured out how to put $150 million, I'm sure it wasn't out of his own account, but $150 million, and I'm sure Jared still has a piece of that fund. Regardless of them putting that money in, for me to have been an owner in it and not known, just from a place as a creative where Skims is so based on a lot of the Yeezy ideas, then it's based on all of the relationships in fashion, because I had to use my relationships in fashion in order to establish Kim in a way where fashionable people would say, hey, I'm down to wear Kim's line. And these VCs, they come in and they get a piece of it after the fact, and they run around and say they have ownership in it. So as I put on my Instagram, which, luckily for everyone, they could just write it off that, I'm crazy until they see my disposition in this interview, and then it's gonna get scary. I said, hey Josh, what if I had 10% of Carly Kloss's lingerie, shapewear, swimsuit line, and you have 5% of it, and you didn't know? How would that make you feel? And then after talking to them and really sitting with Jared and sitting with Josh and finding out other pieces of information, I was like, wow, these guys might have really been holding Trump back and being very much a handler right then. They love to just look at me or look at Trump like we're so crazy and that they're the businessmen. So when I think about all of these things that Jared, somehow doesn't get enough credit for with his work. And what is it? His work in Israel or his work in Palestine? What is this? You know where he made these peace treaties? Where was that? Do you know the facts on this right here? So I'm like...
I think that was between Israel and some of the Arab nations.
I just think it was to make money. I don't know. Is that too heavy-handed to put on this platform?
No, that's your opinion. We're not in the censorship business.
Okay, thank you. And I just think that that's what they're about, is making money. I don't think that they have the ability to make anything on their own. I think they were born into money. And for me, as a maverick and a talent and a person that's been, beat, kicked, lost everything, sad to have lost my mind, went from pull myself up by my boots don't have straps on them, but I say pull myself up from my boots to becoming a multi-billionaire that gets the price every year of my net worth goes down every year on Forbes. They just keep on slowly just taking it down every year. It's like really a weird thing. But as a person that has really built something from nothing, when I sit across the table from a Josh Kushner and he just feels so entitled to that idea, and this person has never brought anything of value other than so-called being a good venture capitalist, I have a major issue with that. And it makes me feel like they weren't serving my boy, Trump, the way we could have, because, Trump wanted nothing but the best for this country. And it doesn't like, Moses stuttered. And saying God is not always going to bring the most perfect personality. A lot of times, the most fake people, their job is talking and making people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and the realest people are going to make you feel uncomfortable at first.
Yeah, that's not shallow. And it's also not crazy. It's true, whether you agree with it or not. So, West has thought a lot about politics, and he's thought a lot about what's going to happen in 2024. You'll hear that coming up. He's also very close to Elon Musk, which we didn't know. Asked him off the cuff, do you know Elon Musk? Oh, yes, very close. He's got a lot of thoughts on that, too. That's next.
What are y'all thinking now? Y'all still thinking about that white lives matter? Is what he's saying matter? Talk to me now. Because I know a lot of y'all are thinking different now. See, they not going to bring this part, they not going to bring this to the light. This what they was hiding. They knew he was about to go do this. Hey, look, man, we got Kanye. He about to come up here and he about to talk some stuff. We need to go ahead on and move fast because, you know, you're going to wake some niggers up. Nah, take that back because, you know, we always got a little racist in us. He going to wake some people up because I met some good white people and I met some good black people and everybody else. And I also then ran into some bad ones. He going to wake some people up. Because when you become aware, even though we was taught a certain thing, awareness is the freeing ourselves from the bondage of what we was taught. You know what I'm saying? When you become aware, that means you have knowledge of something. And, bro, like I've been telling y'all the whole time, being aware, having knowledge, it gives you happiness, it gives you peace. It gives you the things that you need in order to go forward and succeed in life. You know, you no longer looking at things that don't matter no more. We weigh ourselves down by not focusing on the things that matter the most. I'm a teacher. God called me and I answered the call. So I know a lot of them don't like me. That's why they ain't embrace me out. They don't, you know, because the thing with me, I really come from them same places where they come from. Kanye ain't come from them trenches. You know what I'm saying? I come from it. So me being woke like I am amongst them would make them feel insecure. So what they had to do? Shut me out. Disbanding me. You know what I'm saying? But not no more. God put me up. God protected me. God say now is your time. Nothing a man can do. I'm a part of that movement. I'm a part of a righteous movement. And it's bigger than black and white. I'm a part of that, man. So, when I made that statement, telling the truth, not hating, I was watching something last night. Kanye came on the video. Kevin Hart came on the video. And Jay-Z came up on the video. I've been studying Jay-Z, studying Kanye. And I just got revealed that Kevin Hart is also one of the ones. Some of y'all probably like, what you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? When you become one in spirit, you become one of the ones. And all of us are called, but a few are chosen because the ones who are chosen is the ones who answer the call. So if you want to be one of the ones, you have to answer the call and be willing to sacrifice and be obedient.
Top, you'll be able to assess for yourself whether West is crazy, as virtually every single media outlet on planet Earth claims every day, all year long. Is he crazy? As you try to assess that, ask, is what you just heard over the past 40 minutes any crazier than what you see on television every day? The lies, the lunacy presented to you with a straight face as reality? No, it's not. It's not crazy at all. He's a big thinker, though. We asked him about 2024 and what he plans to do, and also about Elon Musk. Here it is.
People with power try to make other people feel like they don't have any. My power is through God. So if someone ever says anything like, oh, you did a great job, it's praise God. It's funny, atheists love the term narcissist when you believe in yourself.
Right.
They say that it's narcissistic. You know, I love the dynamic of how you compare, you show that there's still humanity even with the position that God has placed me in. Why did Moses smite the rock? Why did he get that frustrated? And just to be able to be gentle, to be more gentle. You know, God is alive. Look at this right here. Look at how quiet it is right now. It's only God. God is of order. The devil is of chaos.
That's true.
You know, we are, I wanna talk about my potential run for 2024 and Trump's potential run for 2024 and the beloved DeSantis potential run for 2024 and Mayor Suarez potential run for 2024. And, you know, they thought Trump was a joke. For older white people, they're quick to classify a black person only by the fact that we're black. Even Trump, a person that's, you know, we'd consider to be a friend of mine, when I went to the White House, I called him after that to get A$AP Rocky out of jail. And one of the things he said to me is, you know, Kanye, you're my friend. When you came to the White House, my black approval rating went up 40%. And for politicians, all black people are worth is an approval rating. The Democrats feel that they don't owe us anything, and Republicans feel that they don't owe us anything. Blacks have never demanded something for our vote. And that's something I talked to Ice Cube about. What are we asking for? How do we change our life? If all of our organizations and all of our colleges and even our title as black was made by white people, all of our jobs, and Black Wall Street, Harlem after gentrification, there's never been a fully black-owned community where we have all the municipalities, things that Dr. Claude Anderson talks about. We need that. It's like 90% of America is not even developed. I'm not one of the people that go up and say, hey, I want to stop anybody from making money. The people that make money and the powers that be, I am your true Nikola Tesla. And I'm not even a scientist.
What do you think of Elon Musk? Do you know him?
Very well.
What's your take on him?
You said that because I said Tesla?
I did, yeah. It's just the first thing that popped.
And that everyone's always like, oh, Elon's got these answers. I think he's a great team player.
And there's a lot more to come, a lot more. And we address specifically, why do they call you crazy? And he says, as clearly as he possibly can, there were some things that were driving me crazy, and I've fixed them. Jason Whitlock, who knows a lot about all of this, joins us next to assess what we've just heard. We'll be right back.
Y'all seen how my computer just came in and interrupted what he said? I ain't ask her nothing. I didn't ask her nothing. I didn't even know she was on my laptop. I ain't asked her nothing. It's getting too deep. It's getting too deep. Bro, y'all gotta stop saying people that's woke crazy. Cause y'all sound crazy saying it. That's crazy how the world is. A person that's woke is crazy in the eyesight of a crazy world. That's ludicrous. I'm just trying to see what y'all got to say now. For all the ones who were saying, sell out, sell out, sell out. Do you hear any sellout conversation right now? Or do you hear a man that got a message? I'm just saying. I'm just a messenger. I'm spreading knowledge that I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? But how many celebrities gonna come out and, you know, my platform is not big like a lot of these dudes. I'm going up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? I'm going up the ranks. That's why I stay humble and I watch the things I say, because I don't need nobody stopping my blessings for me going up the ranks. So, you know, if I'm humble, I'm waiting on God. When God say, get him, I'm gone. I'm out there. But I know I got to move the way I move. But trust and believe. In due time. In due time. I advise everybody to stop assuming things. Stop going with the masses. Stop letting social media think for you. You know what I'm saying? Start thinking for yourself. But he don't care how you rub. The truth ain't supposed to be, you know, given to you where you feel comfortable. That's your personal problem if you don't like the way the truth come out. You know what I'm saying? Because you made an assumption. That's your personal problem. That you couldn't see that, damn, it is obvious white lies do matter. That shouldn't even have been no big, what you mad for? If Black Lives Matter, y'all stop hating on the black man. Why y'all ain't go to him in love? Y'all trying to make him look bad. Y'all saying, he sellout ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. But Black Lives Matter, y'all a hypocrite. Y'all a hypocrite, man. Do y'all see how wrong y'all are? Black Lives Matter. You mad because you think he's saying Black Lives don't matter. And since he said what you thought he said, he don't matter. He black. So who wrong? Who wrong? Come on, man. A lot of these celebrities who y'all look up to gonna lead y'all ass to hell. They're gonna lead y'all asses to hell if y'all don't wake up and start thinking for y'all damn self. Because when it all comes said and done, all these motherfuckers with money who sending y'all out, they gonna hide. Well, try to anyway. You think they gonna let y'all ass in their house? They use y'all to make money from y'all.
A
Just like
famous
politicians.
person decides to speak his mind. Very famous people can't have free speech. That's not allowed. And West discovered that when he initially decided he kind of liked Donald Trump. Watch.
I never actually told people that I liked Trump when he was running because I was bullied by Hollywood. Because I stayed in Hollywood and people were like, think about your kids, and I'm trying to hold on to the marriage, so I'm just biting my tongue. Like, there's so many fathers and mothers that go to work every day and they're in a situation where they're biting their tongue because they think it will be better for their children.
That's right.
So even me in my position, I was biting my tongue on my political opinion because I thought it would be better for my children.
We've got a lot more on that and what it did to him as a man living through it tomorrow night. But first, our friend Jason Whitlock, the host of Fearless, joins us to assess what we just saw. Jason, what did you think of that?
Tucker, I thought a lot of things, and forgive me for doing this, but I'm going to unpack all of this on my show tomorrow. Find me at youtube.com/Jason Whitlock. But listen, that's a man wrestling with his faith in God and wrestling with the fame that makes him money and makes him rich. Right. And so throughout that interview tonight, I heard a guy that's a devout Christian, and I heard a guy that is cursed with the disease of fame. It's undermined his ability to be a good father. It's undermined his ability to be a good husband. It's undermined his happiness. He wants to be a Christian, and the things he said about his faith and just wearing the lanyard with the ultrasound, all of that. I love that about Kanye West. It scares the heck out of the left to see someone like Kanye West, that popular, that influential, his skin color, that has those Christian values, because that's what's really under attack, his Christian values. It scares them. They don't want him to survive. They're using him. I'm going to make an analogy. Kunta Kinte and Roots. They got him out on a tree and they're whipping him. What's your name? And they want him to say left-wing liberal, and he won't say it. He keeps saying, I like Trump. I like God. I'm a Christian. And they keep whipping and slashing him, and they're trying to make this man bow down to the liberal orthodoxy, and they're doing it as a message to me and everybody else. If you don't get in line with what we want you to think, every black man, every heterosexual black man, every black man with Christian values, we will beat you into a pulp. Kanye's man enough to stand up. I wish more men were.
What does that do to you, to discover that you can be one of the richest, most famous people in the world and you still don't have the simple right to say what you really think?
What it does to Kanye is make him realize the importance of God and his faith, because that's the only protection you have. Again, the guy used the words that I believe. This is demonic. Everything the left preaches to black people, you should be overweight. You should kill your babies in the womb. You should embrace a negative culture that teaches you to kill each other and disrespect each other. It's a death culture. It's a genocide. It's demonic, just like Kanye West said. I hope he wins his battle with fame, because if he does, he's a very important voice, Tucker.
How can you say you respect someone or a group of people if you don't allow them to reach their own conclusions about the world around them? If you respect a man, you let him say his piece and you listen respectfully.
It's clear as day the left doesn't respect black people. We're being used as pawns in their demonic game that they're playing. And I know that sounds hyperbolic, but it's just factual. It's a death culture. It's hostile to Christian values. You have to throw them all out in order to serve their political movement. You have to be pro-abortion. You have to believe in the matriarchy and the disruption of the nuclear family. If you're a person of faith, black, white, whatever, if you understand a biblical worldview, family is at the heart of all of it. And that's why Kanye is so devastated, because his family has been destroyed. His wife is eating from the forbidden fruit of feminism, the matriarchy, and the left's demonic culture. His family has been destroyed. Any person with just a layman's understanding of faith, of Christian faith, the family's at the heart of the structure. That's what God designed. This man's family's been ripped apart because his wife won't buy into his vision. She's been influenced by the Clintons and the Democratic left. These people have all been bought and paid for. This man is paying a heck of a price. I'm very proud of him. So I go back and forth sometimes on Kanye because, again, he's struggling with fame, and he'll do some things that are inconsistent with his Christian values. But overall, is Kanye trying to be a force for good? Absolutely.
Yeah, he is, which counts. Jason Whitlock, thank you for that. Great to see you.
Thank you.
So that interview was scheduled for 30.
Yeah, man. I got money now. What y'all think? I'm just trying to bring some awareness of the dark that should be lit. You know, a lot of celebrities came out and they have influence. And they influence the mind of so many people who don't read and research for themselves. It may seem like I'm always against, you know, celebrities or whatever. I'm a celebrity. I'm against what's wrong, bro. You know, and if Kanye was wrong, I'd be the first to say, nah, he was wrong. But was he wrong from wearing just a shirt that said white lives matter? That's obvious. Did that interview show him as an Uncle Tom? How many of y'all gonna even watch his interview? We got part 2 coming. It's coming tonight. Y'all could catch it on Fox, you know. And I know I'm gonna catch it. And y'all will be surprised who sent me this video. A white person. A white person sent me the video. I'm not going to reveal who it was, but that's who sent me that video. Not a black person. And they agree with everything that he was saying. And they white. So when you try to turn me against my white friends who haven't did me anything, who agree with what's wrong and what's right, they understand racism just like I understand it. Do that stop us from being friends? Nah. And to be honest, a lot of my white friends, we just really got to know each other even on a little bit more personal level. From me being a black person and being white. We all got something in common, y'all. We got the same fucking emotions and feelings. We have the same God who created us both. And we bleed the same color. So, when you try to point the finger because of some insecurity that you got and blame somebody else for being a way that you are, you just hold yourself accountable for being racist and Uncle Tom. And because a lot of these celebrities that went off on about that white shirt were wrong like a motherfucker. They was wrong as 2 left shoes. And if they got a problem with it, they can come talk to Turk on Big Thuggin podcast at any time. And I tell them in their face. In love. I don't come in hate. But some of y'all need to be humble. Because y'all have influence over a lot of people. And y'all gonna be held accountable, man, from leading people the wrong direction. All because y'all want to bag. Y'all want to make these people believe y'all on their side so y'all can make money from them. Oh, he on our side. Let's buy his. She on our side. Let's buy her. That's what the politicians do. These rappers are the same way. These entertainers are the same way. Are they standing for what's real? They being selfish and thinking just about themselves, making it seem like they care about social justice, police brutality, Black Lives Matter. Because if they did, they wouldn't be attacking another black man. I got money now. We're going to leave it at that. Until next time, y'all make sure y'all tune back in tonight on Big Thuggin Podcast, 9 o'clock Eastern Time with your boy, Hot Boy Turk. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know how you feel. Everybody entitled to their opinion. You don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree if you want. But telling the truth, not hate. Telling lies is clout chasing. Let's see if these celebrities gonna apologize. They never do. But in this case, Kanye wasn't wrong. And I think I just showed y'all why. I'm gone.